Yeah. Get your hands up, yeah. To the floor, yeah. Yeah.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
Welcome.
You tuned into another episode of
The 30 Plus Podcast. That was beautiful.
Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
That's your girl, Nika X. The X is for expeditiously, because we're moving fast around here.
Okay.
AKA Nick Melly, AKA the Pink Starburst General.
What's up with it? Y'all know who it be. It's your boy Fly Since Birth, AKA Microphone Mike, AKA Fly Since Birth, AKA Just Fly, AKA Fly Then Up. I'm with you, but
Okay.
I'm just feeling fly as usual.
I like that one. Fly as usual.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one.
That one, too.
That was very universal. Right. It's marketable.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Me
it
too.
sounds real grown up.
Yeah, I'm going to use that
Fly
one.
as usual. Do that.
That's
Y'all heard me tell him that? 100%, because he be giving him stuff and he like to say it was his.
No, that's not how that goes.
How
just
it
be
goes?
forgetting stuff.
What?
This is his new year.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
It is coming up. Yes.
Residual fugazi.
The new year is starting.
Can someone else introduce themselves, please?
Allow me to
Turn the
reintroduce
spotlight off.
myself. My name is Ho. Oh. No, I'm not. Hey, y'all. It's Miss Cookie Baby.
Please say the baby.
Please say the baby.
What's up, cooks?
Hi.
And this is the 30 Plus Podcast where we talk love, life, and lessons after 30. How's everyone's energy today?
How y'all feeling?
Empowered.
Okay, empower. I like that. Go ahead.
That's a nice strong word.
Yeah, I feel empowered the last couple weeks.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Thanks to it's the 30 Plus Podcast, guys. It really is. Here's why. I go back like a good Baptist preacher and thaw out our episodes when I need them.
Okay.
And so sometimes I forget what I say. I forget what y'all say. And then you really, we go through things for other people, but then it is also good to revisit. So I'm in the practice what I preach phase.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. And practice what y'all preach. Oh, I don't know. You a little.
Yeah. My words be hitting
Fly
home.
gonna have me in jail, child.
You just gotta go home and think about it, and you be like, "That boy was right."
I would never utter those words. I have yet.
Who said that? Like Portia said, who said that?
Women don't have no accountability.
It has nothing to do with accountability.
It has everything to do with you know how they be like, don't ignore the message because of the messenger. So the message and the messenger be wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, not this one.
Two things can be true.
I trust you with food orders. That's it.
Well, we glad you feeling
And my
empowered.
kids.
How you feeling, Deke?
I'm feeling good. I am feeling refreshed and ready to work and trying to get some things done. And even in the course of all chaos, still feeling hopeful because there are a lot of things going around us right now. And it's going to be a long 4 years. So I'm just trying to keep my head on a swivel in all capacities and, trying to be great.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. I like that.
What about you?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling. Let's see what word I got.
We didn't get to 30 plus therapy,
nah,
thesaurus yet.
Nah, I'm feeling. I would say overall just good. And basic good though.
You have a calmness to you.
Yeah, that's why I'm just good.
Which is good because that.
I think I'm in a thought process.
Nice.
So maybe that's what it is. I feel like I'm in a pondering stage of life and next goals and starting this new year that's coming up. So
have you read?
He has been on a water fast. You hungry? That's why.
I think I have been. That
energy to talk shit.
Water fast, eating vegetables and fruit. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The energy. I feel like my energy level has been low. As you say that. That's why I'm calm. It's like, hey, I ain't even been eating like that. I just been chill. Namaste.
Now
namaste. You need a steak.
I was about to say there are supplements that because I know you are fasting, and so those things you remove are great because of the mental clarity. But please don't neglect the physical aspect.
Oh no! Mine about to be over anyway, and then I'm going back on dead animals. But
some that had parents.
Hello, Peter. We was just playing.
Hey,
Listen.
I'm sorry. Bring me back the shrimp and the lobsters and the chickens. And,
Oh, you couldn't even eat seafood.
yeah, I'm not eating.
He was on
seafood.
all water.
Yeah, I was doing
At one
all
point.
water. Yeah,
I remember you did
I went-
straight water
yeah,
for like a
straight-
week or so.
Yeah, it was 3 days. I could after
That was
third
it.
day. Yeah,
I felt like you did that whole
Hey.
week. I was proud of you.
I couldn't take it no more after that third. I'm sorry.
I'm like, wait a minute,
What
something
you-
got to
yeah,
give.
yeah. I thought I was gonna die. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I had to.
Looking like 50 Cent in that movie.
Oh,
I mean,
my
that is a
goodness.
good way to lose gut is to go on a water diet.
That's true.
They do say that's a great way. I feel like
It gives your
it's like-
digestive system a track a break. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like it was good help and got me back like to where I know I'm about to go back to eating healthy. Like I'm,
Nice.
go back and eating my ground turkeys and my greens and stuff like that. So,
right.
But yeah.
Well, how many vitamins do you take after 30? Because it's almost feel like the amount of vitamins I take, supplements I take after 35, 40 is crazy.
I just take the one a days.
Because that one a day got all them 12 vitamins. you
Not
gotta take.
enough though. That's
It's
the
not
thing.
enough.
That's the crazy part about it. So if you take it and you be like, oh, I'm good. I just took this one a day. I'm out of there. And then you be still figuring out that you vitamin deficient in certain things.
I probably do need to take more. I just really be taking those because I can't have too many like gummies around me because I get high. And eat
Oh,
them
we
all.
know. Because remember when the other episode when he talked about he ate all his gummies because he was hungry?
Yeah, I be forgetting.
That boy is the equivalent of a child loose with Flintstone vitamins.
No,
Because
sir.
what?
I be forgetting that they vitamins. They be good. Don't be acting like y'all ain't never had like the
All
orange slices.
all my vitamins are gummy.
You had those orange gummy
childish.
slices? Oh man, the orange gummy
The orange slices,
Yeah,
yeah.
like the ones that for
They
your
are
vitamin
good.
C.
Yeah.
Come
They
on
are
now, y'all
good.
know you can't tell me them.
They are good. But see, we not on a water
just
fast.
eat
So we
one of
actually have food to go with that.
Yeah.
So I understand your struggle.
It's a
But
cool little morning, candy.
Yeah.
Look, give free snack.
Yeah, but the amount of vitamins that I just feel like they steady increasing. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
No, they are.
I was gonna say that in the last 2 years, outside of the health scare I had, that's when I kind of noticed. Yeah, the one a day ain't it. I got a This is the gag. My therapist and I was talking about this the other day. Having a vitamin D deficiency when you live outside is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand that because the best vitamin D supplement is sunlight, and I'm always out, and I was just confused.
you always out, but are you always outside?
Oh yes, my
that
workouts
sun.
consisted was outside. I can't do the gym thing. I commend you, gym people.
That's
I
crazy.
like to be outside. Me and Caleb used to hit all the trails. I love that. Apparently, Oh, and then
Go get you some orange juice.
what was it? B1.
B complex. So
Yeah.
as I get older, I noticed, but my levels were good too when I went to the doctor. So whatever I'm doing is working. So I do a vitamin D because if you do the one a day vitamins, typically it's not enough of that thing. So I do a vitamin D and a vitamin B complex to keep
that's
all
what
that
it
going. And then I still do my standard, one a day kind of stuff too, biotin and all that good stuff. But yeah, I just was laughing at myself because the amount of vitamins that I take is like steady increasing. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is where we are.
Yeah, laughing at grandma with that Sunday Monday thing ain't funny no more. Is it?
But the thing about it, thankfully, I'm not on no medication. That was medication. However, this is to prevent.
My grandma, she probably take one pill, like as far as a medical aspect, which is
actually
like for
good.
blood pressure. Yeah, at 77, that's dang on good. But she still be having her little thing for, and it be vitamins. I be like, girl.
Hey,
She be
my
like, no,
mama
I need
always
this
had
for
me
this.
vitamins.
I need to. Yeah. My mama was.
Every time I go to her house, she give me a jar of vitamins.
There you go. She's trying to keep you alive. And so she can marry you off. She's trying to keep you.
Or do she know about your little impulse when you like to eat them all? So she want to make sure.
She doesn't. She tells me that every time she goes, "Don't eat all these." Like every time, but every time I go to her house, she have me like with a giant jar of like the one a
That's
days or the
nice.
just random vitamin chewy gummies. Tell me I don't eat all these, but it's because I don't be, me, man. It's like I don't be having food in my house. Like I always keep my food.
We
limited.
talked about this on live.
But no, I mean, it's just I've never been a person that was big on groceries. Even like I probably because going to my dad's house, like they never really just had groceries. We always just went out to eat. So I feel like that's how I've been. And I mean, now whenever I go back to cooking and eating healthy, then I have groceries because then I only eat, what I cook. So I'm going back to that. But like doing this fast and only buying like, healthy food it's like I don't have no snacks, so I get high and start eating B12 gummies, and they must be hidden, man. I'll be like,
I mean, it's a good flavor. I'll give you that, but you can't eat them like candy.
You can't do that
Sir.
because then you're gonna have too much, and then you're gonna get to having other issues.
All right.
I didn't figure like
wonder why your kidneys failing because you up there. Like you're not supposed to have all this extra.
Yeah, I can't have all this extra biotin.
Okay, what is going on?
In your defense, most men don't shop like that, so
Yeah, I don't.
you kind of in alignment. Like I remember, to what you said about going to your dad's house, going to my dad's house. I always knew we were gonna have 3 things: blue ribbon sausage, butter pecan ice cream, and fruit punch.
That's funny.
Those were the guarantees in my dad's fridge. Oh, and the little hash browns, the little flat ones you gotta fry. I knew, but he did try. When he knew I was coming that weekend, he would try, because we always stopped at Kroger's on the way to his house.
Yeah.
So he would try to get us, some stuff to go back and forth. But yeah, you think about it, even with me having all these brothers, like they come to my house every week.
Yeah, it makes sense because we hit a good Whataburger for lunch and a buffet for dinner all the time around my dad's house.
Yeah, yeah. My daddy was getting a pizza. Everybody had their own pizza.
Yeah,
Here you go.
it
Here you
sound
go.
like that
You
too.
get a pizza.
You get a pizza. It sounded good, so I was sick.
It's crazy
Yeah.
because my mom's house, we had groceries. My stepdad cooked every night, like,
Because we
and then there it
a
was
little different.
I picked up that way. It's like I don't want to cook. Like you just go buy something.
2 things can be true.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I shop and then cook. Don't cook.
Listen,
Out of there.
I'm pretty good at cooking when I feel like it. When I have the time, I don't mind getting in the kitchen because
At
it'd be
the
like a
price-
little stress reliever. But
Yeah,
I like
that's true.
being in the kitchen in my own will.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Hey, I want you to cook," because I don't really be interested.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: don't have a kid. Yeah.
Listen,
Well, now they of an age, so I now have my own little sous chefs.
Yeah.
So it's cool, and the rule has been implemented. Like I saw a meme, not too long ago. I understand every day why it was important for that chicken to be thawed out when my mama got home.
yeah,
So they have now too learned that.
Yeah.
So when they get the text in at 8, 9 o'clock, so mama, you really not cooking? You just gonna be up in your room? Absolutely, because I told you to take that out. So what have you been doing all day? While y'all door
one
dashing and Amazoning. Did you think? And to be honest, I don't hold the baby hostage.
Yeah.
I go in there because she's easy to please. She might want a little oatmeal or cereal or something. She cool.
Yeah. Throw a sandwich.
Yeah.
She'll be all right.
But them other ones, y'all want rice and gravy.
Some cornbread with it.
Figure it out. So then that's when Abby took charge. Like, look, we gonna eat because mama ain't playing. She's like, hey, she compromise. Hey, if I do the meat, can you do the sides? Absolutely. Yeah, put your sides aside, girl. What you want? Do I need to peel up now? If I got to peel a potato, that's no. Get your sibling to peel that potato. I'm gonna boil it and everything else, but I'm not peeling up. I'm not doing it.
there you go.
Pay like you weigh.
Yeah.
Facts. So, on this episode, we started a new segment this year entitled
Yay.
30 Plus Thesaurus. And this is just to help Fly grow. Because he be trying to get his point across. And
My vocabulary too extensive.
yeah, okay.
That's really what it
We want to
be.
help y'all keep up.
That's really what it be.
Oh,
And I
okay.
can't pronounce
You
the
can't.
words.
That's all right. And this is what it's here to help.
Your
So,
vocabulary is extensive, but you
what's
can't
the
say
word
it.
of the day?
Insuent.
Spell it.
Somebody say it for me. I don't know if I'm saying that
I
right.
don't even know what you're trying to say.
INSOU. Look, I can't even see because I ain't got my glasses.
Help, let Siri help you.
Oh Lord, y'all, this is 30 plus, y'all.
Right,
He doesn't
I
have
don't
his
my
glasses,
gla- I
so
don't
he
have
can
my
help
glasses.
him. We can't even help him. So
I
let's
can't see
Siri.
here. Read the word, and then I can say
And his spoiled self,
That's
in
the
true
second
fly
word.
fashion, points his phone. and say,
Insuent?
it's no. It's
Insuent?
Let me see.
Insuent?
Insuent.
Insuent.
I told you let Siri help you, but it sounds like insuent.
I did have Siri help me. Where did I put it? I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot. But that word is insuent,
Okay.
and it means to be like. Here, I'm gonna say the word one more time.
Insouciant.
Insouciant.
My bad. It was insouciant.
Okay.
And it is showing a casual lack of concern, indifferent, like an insuent shrug. And I feel like that is basically me, I'll be very indifferent and definitely show a lack of concern for anything that has not to do with me. So
Do you know how narcissistic that sounds?
Girl, he don't have no concern for
And
him.
selfish. My
That
word.
baby don't have no concern for himself. Let him be great.
I'm insouciant about a lot of things. That is true. So insouciant. Y'all go look that up. And y'all start using that when you don't care. You know, like I'm very insouciant about this.
Well, when you don't care, silence is best.
Hey, I'm gonna always still say how I feel. I'm just gonna be insouciant about it.
Like you walking that way anyway, sir.
Right. Does that help you?
Yeah,
Okay.
a casual lack of concern.
I understand what it means.
Or
I heard the
indifference.
definition. I'm asking because you said you're just gonna still express your lack of concern. So why even engage?
I mean, I'm only re-engaging.
Let me channel my Neek. That's the heel part of 30 plus talking. Because what are you doing?
Hey,
It's all right. He gonna get it together, y'all. He promised us.
Well, we'll see in February.
we'll see. We got another year starting.
Okay. Well, this is the 30 Plus podcast. We talk love, life, and lessons after 30. And this episode is no exception. Today we discuss burnout is not a badge of honor.
No, it's not.
So what do we mean by that? Burnout. Just working until you can't work anymore. When people say they sleep when they dead. When people just doing the most without getting the proper rest. The work-life balances. So what does that mean for you guys?
They ain't need at me next time.
Just,
Got a testimony?
Girl, y'all know I work 12 jobs. Yeah, it's not a badge of honor. And I'm glad we were having this conversation because I've had that conversation with people. It's the equivalent of saying you're so strong. That's not a badge of honor for me either.
yeah.
Because it's a survival tactic. It's not a choice. And so for me, I have been better at implementing work-life balance, like making sure I at least get 6 hours of sleep at minimum. And I have found to be just equally productive as me burning the midnight oil.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not cranky, so there's that. Yeah. I think it looks different for different people. So for me, my burnout, I pour myself into my job as coping mechanisms a lot. But I don't feel burnt out when I'm working. I feel burned out when I'm going to 12 games in a day and Girl Scouts and all that with my children. I feel more burnt out. And like this season, I have not been to a basketball game. And if you know me, you know I don't miss a game. So to not be able to make one is a huge problem. And so I just feel bad when I'm having to be juggled into multiple spots because I don't like delegating. And then if I delegate, it kind of always comes with a stipulation. And so for me, it's just easier for me to miss one thing and show up for the other three. But is that fair to the one I miss? So that's something I'm trying to find a medium in. How do I balance that?
What would you say is burnout for you? Like when do you acknowledge it, or when do you know you burnt out?
It's always body.
Your
My body is all it because mentally you know. But when that body gets to hey,
Get to shaking.
and then already having other medical issues, I can't afford haze. So I'd be like, all right, cool, yeah. Oh yeah, no, we're not going to Girl Scouts. We're going to stay home. We're not doing it. So and again, you just kind of, for me, my kids are so easygoing to where it doesn't bother them. But I still don't want anybody to feel like they got to sacrifice what they want to do to appease me. So that's why I have to find some type of medium. I have to find a better way to deal and handle that because I want everybody to feel equally supported because I do know what that's like to grow up and don't feel supported. My mom didn't show up because she didn't show up because her thing was I had a dad and a stepmom and an aunt and a grandma, whoever, that would show up in her place. So she got used to that. Whereas me, I have an issue with somebody having to show up in my place.
Yeah.
So I don't want to create that narrative and have my child growing up with some type of resentment thinking that I didn't want to be there. Because I'm not choosing a social life over your sports or your accomplishments. That's what my mom did. She chose the social life. It wasn't like she was working. She was out there living her best life.
Mama gotta have a life too.
Man, she had these kids. She better sit down. So yeah, nah, that's for me. What that look like for you, Fi?
I feel like I get burnt out mentally more than physically. I feel like I overthink and I think a lot. I feel like I have a lot of just random knowledge in my head and a lot of random ideas and things like that. So I feel like I get burnt out because I get to thinking, and I feel like the more I think, probably the less I do. And I feel like by doing that, it causes me to feel burnt out more, mentally than I actually am. So I feel like burnt out for me is just like I overthink and I get to a point where I get stuck because it's like I know the way to go, I know the things to do, but I don't know where to start. And I feel like, so I get like a different burnout. You know what I'm saying? I get burnt out mentally before I even do anything. And then when I do start doing stuff, I feel like I don't get burnt out. I do get burnt out once I've done something. I realize once I do something for more than a month, me personally, I get burnt out. Like anything. Like,
so is it the lack of interest maybe?
Yeah, my interest changed. I'm realizing my interests change so crazy. And I realize it's because I get burnt out very quickly. And I think because I think about whatever it is for so long before I actually do it, that by the time I actually start doing it, I'm already over it. I'm already overthought what could go, this and all that, to the point where it's just like I don't even care about it no more. I become insensuent to it.
I see what you did there. All right, I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you said it right, but all right.
I did not. But
That's okay. We knew you was going with it.
The word does go with that. But that's exactly how I get towards it. But so I feel like that's the type of burnout I have. I don't feel like I get physically burnt out. I think it's because I mentally get burnt out to where physically it never gets to that point because I've already overthought it. And then, like I said, by the time I start doing it, I'm over it because I've lost interest in it. So I think my burnout comes from my thinking more than anything.
So you in your own way.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, The Mountain is Me for sure. It's a book that I'm reading, but yeah. I definitely self-sabotage, but I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, burning the candles on both ends, and the burnout benefits every single person but me.
I think
I think everyone benefits from my burnout.
Yeah.
In every capacity, and when it's not burnout, I think it's noticeable my pullback.
Yeah.
So if I'm burning out and burning the candles on both ends, everyone's prospering. Work is great.
Yeah.
Side business is great. Clients are happy. Relationship happy. Except me. I don't feel like I truly benefit from the burnout. Yeah. If I truly benefit from the burnout, then maybe I'll be like, oh, okay, this is great. This is great. And you see progress, but are you progressing, or are the people around you or the things you put in your hand on progressing?
That good.
Makes sense.
So that's one thing that I had to learn. And I think sometimes it almost gives you, I don't use the word grudge, but that's the only word I can think of right now, because you almost become somewhat angry. Because like I'm burning the count of both ends, and I'm burning out and I'm putting all this energy and effort. You're the only one benefiting from it. And then it's almost like, do you even get the glory of that?
Yeah, what you've done
for the
burnout. Yeah.
For the burnout, yeah. And then especially if it's not appreciated. Say, for instance, you're burning the count on both ends at work.
Yeah.
Say 40-hour work week, but you putting in an extra 10, extra 15, going early, staying late. Do these jobs really, appreciate that? And sometimes they notice it when you don't do it.
I was going to say, they built that expectation.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, let me give you a little more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you can handle that too, a little bit more.
What was that thing you had said before? It was a term that you used before in the previous episodes about how, darn it, it's related to when we showing up, going over and beyond isn't always the best thing to do.
Right.
Because of, like you said, they give you more work.
Right.
And then now you can't even do what you're supposed to do because you got the extra stuff too. And
right.
now you don't want to do the base of it. And then that's when performance issues comes into play. The
right.
metric. Yeah, I can see that. Help
right.
the people, Neek.
Just over exerting yourself sometimes. I just think that's sometimes that's what you notice is putting in that extra effort and the staying up late. And at one point in time, I was like that. when in different businesses that I had in my early 30s, I was, sleep when you're dead mentality, and and the early bird gets to run. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And as you get older, you put things in more perspective of the work-life balance, and you always got to keep in mind that this isn't a dress rehearsal. Yeah. So you're putting all your energy in this one place, and really, what are you getting out of it to where you can't stop and rest?
So the burnout, so it's like basically the burnout is not worth it.
To me, is the risk worth the reward? Yeah. There are some things that is going to require more of your time.
Yeah. Right.
Burnout is a whole different level than putting energy in something. You can overexert yourself, I believe, to where nothing's getting done. You can do too much to where nothing's getting done. And then there's the proper way of putting energy in something to where everyone's needs, including your own, is getting met. And, when people, I don't sleep and I don't know, and our team no sleep and all that kind of stuff, those are, just think about where they are.
Yeah.
Because even when they get it, are they truly happy with the end result in some case? Because it's always much more that you can do.
Yeah. That's just, I feel like, do y'all feel like burnout is just like something people do to feel like they're accomplishing something? You know what I mean?
I think for some people it
run
is.
yourself ragged and then you be like, oh, I'm burnt out, just because you want to prove to people that you could go hard for it. You know what I'm saying?
I think for some people it is like, when other people are trying to get together and have like a social life and incorporate me. And if I'm like, okay, well, can we do this because I have this, and this? And one of my friends, he made the comment the other day. He was like, oh, I'll be so happy you be busy, friend. I'm like, I don't. Come take some of this, please. Like, no, I'm not happy about this, because they only see the surface level. So they see in their head, oh, this is nice and she's accomplishing this. No, I'm in survival mode. Yeah. Like, I can't wait to be laid up doing nothing.
A lot of time burnout is equivalent to survival mode, because look what you're burning out. Because a lot of time your burnout isn't truly romantic in nature. Yeah. It isn't truly family per se. It is the providing for family that's the burnout. It is the putting into your own company, your own business, that's the burnout. It's the putting in someone else's company and business, because that's where you're getting your bread and butter in order to provide for said
something you want to do.
Yeah,
even in relationships, it can burn out. You know what I mean? Because you're giving your all to try to make this relationship work, or you're going to counseling, you're doing all the things, and it's still not working. I mean, you can get burnt out from that because you feel like really giving your all.
Right. Especially if you're not getting reciprocation.
Yes.
There's definitely a burnout from that too.
Yeah.
I've experienced that before, and then to me, ain't I'm coming back from that.
Yeah,
it's over. That's the equivalent of you asking me to marry you and I say no. The relationship's over, sir. What are we doing? I said no. There's nothing else you should have wanted to ask me.
That's it. No. Yeah, that's the last question. What is there to talk about?
And I think it's weird.
Well, I think for me, that at this big age, the fact that I have to burn myself out to keep the relationship going is what would bother some of me at this point. And don't get me wrong, no matter what relationship you're in, it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows every day. There's going to be work involved. I don't care how compatible you are. So that's not what I mean. Yeah. However, when it gets to the point to where you're burnt out from a situation and a person, it's time to reflect, because what are we doing at this point? So where you burnt me out.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out. I can't do anymore. Do you know the level of energy you have to exert in a romantic connection to get to that point?
I'm ready to tell my
story. I'm not interested. I'm no longer interested in those kind of connections. So I got to put in work. I'll go to a counselor if it's going to make our relationship better. That isn't equivalent. That's not equivalent to burnout for me.
Yeah.
I'm okay with working on it and having conversations. But if you burning me out, just to say I'm still with somebody or staying with somebody 10, 20 years and you burned me out, no. Forever's a long time to be unhappy.
Facts.
Get somebody else to do it, because clearly I'm not your assignment and you're not mine. So if you got to burn me out to stay with you, nah.
We have an episode for that too, guys. Date where you are. Listen, no, she's absolutely right. Especially from a relationship standpoint, we can all attest. We've been in relationships for a number of times and got burnt out and still tried to. No, the minute I had to sit in my car and lie and say I was working overtime, and I am sitting in my car for an additional 2 to 3 hours before I arrive at home, that's a problem. And like you said, that's when I began to assess, like, is it worth this?
Right.
No. It's not. He's a great daddy. Co-parent, please. Thanks.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's not. And forever is a long time to be unhappy. And I sit and sometimes I think about that. Or when people be like, y'all would have been married this long. Or you would have been with this person this long. If y'all, yeah, well, why you didn't talk to him? Because no,
Right.
it's not my assignment. No.
And again, that person gets the benefit of the burnout, not you.
Yes, and still is. Hello.
Right.
That's another topic, though.
But I feel like, it's the same with friends, because I feel like you can have a burnout with your friends, and I feel like it's different though than some people. It's more.
How does that look?
It could be just different things. Like, you've been going through stuff with them for years, and you've been watching them, having their back and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know, I'm fake one, say like they're on drugs, and it's like, you've been with them trying to get them off of drugs, or, helping them go to rehab, or, and it's like you really, sacrificing being there for the person you love, like, your loved ones, to go help this friend, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they're in the bind all the time. You got to go pick them up, or you got to go. For example, I remember it was somebody I knew, and it's like I would always have to go pick them up in awkward situations because they always needed help. Then every time I would talk to them, they were always in some type of drama.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I got burnt out because I was just sick of hearing about that. I'm sick of this. You keep, you keep going the same way. You asking me for advice and don't listen to not a word I say, which I can understand because I don't listen to nobody. But I do take things that people, I do take things that they say and apply them at some point in my life. But I feel like if I'm sitting here, being here for you, and you just constantly doing the same thing or doing different things, but you're not doing anything that I feel like is conducive to our relationship, our friendship, it's just me giving. And then I get burnt out. Like, oh, you need a ride, I got you. But I asked you for a ride. Oh, I can't, no, I can't today, blah, blah, blah. My bad, homie. I got you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get burnt out when I feel like I overexert myself, or I give more to a friendship than I feel like you do. Like, I can call you, you'll pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? But, you can call me. Yeah. You can call me, I'll pick up the phone. But I call you, you don't answer. You know what I'm saying? Right. You'll text me, I'll hit you up later. You know what I mean? Like, I get burnt out from stuff like that. So I'll be like, okay, I don't rock with you no more.
Which brings me back to my point of the burnout benefits everyone but you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Because very rarely do you benefit. Well, every once in a while, like if you're looking at it from a financial standpoint. So say for instance, you may get more money, or you may get more business, and you may get more sales, but at the cost of what?
Yeah.
Your peace.
Right.
Your peace,
and
your friends, experiences, your loved ones.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that's I'm glad you brought up the friend burnout, because that's something that we don't visit a lot. I think as people we don't talk about that, or it's recognized. And I know I had to get to a point to where I ain't reconciling nothing. I ain't. Yeah. And here's why. Anybody know me, I'm very accountable. If I did something to bother you, I have no problem apologizing.
Right.
We can visit that. And guess what? You're not going to have to wait years and months and weeks. No, I'm probably do it the next day. Sometimes if I don't do it the same day, it's because we're both heated. Yeah. So the conversation not going to be received on either end. And if I care about you, especially as my friend, because I don't use that term loosely, I definitely want to make sure I approach you with a lack of emotion. I don't want to come from an emotional standpoint. You don't want to make a permanent decision on a temporary feeling. So with that being said, if we stop talking, and in this case that I'm speaking of, it's mostly because I didn't want to be a part of somebody fugazi. I am not going to choose anybody partners. That's what I do love about my friends. We don't choose each other partners. Nor I'm gonna be honest. If you like it, I love it. Yeah. But it comes a time when it becomes a detriment to you, and you involve me in that. Mm-hmm. And I'm coming because y'all know I'm a ride out. Yeah. I'm not finna keep riding out, and then you want me to accept an apology from your person. Yeah. No. All right. So y'all live in it. Enjoy, wish y'all the best, but leave me out of it. Yeah. I don't care. And because like she said, I'm the one getting burnt out, because this is y'all cycle. Right. Y'all gonna break up to make up, and then
that's true.
You looking at me stupid. Yeah, you looking at me stupid because they go around and they twist the narrative. You know how it is. You don't want your man to know that you was the one caused this hate train. Yeah. So you want to put it on somebody. And the problem with that is don't pick me, because I don't delete nothing. I don't delete anything. And they gonna come and get every receipt they need from me. And then I'm gonna stop talking to both of y'all because I'm not finna be involved with that. We too old for that. And so sometimes you have to, you do have to cut people off. Relationship burnt out, family burnt out. I think my family has learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You definitely can have family burnout.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a different, type of burnout, but my burnout could be, I could just be hanging around them too long for a day. And I'm like, okay, I'm burnt out on this.
About, we go to one more store. Listen.
I mean, we could just be sitting at the house. All right, I think my time is up. Y'all done burnt me out just for this conversation, the energy. Like, okay, now it's time for me to go,
Yes.
My burnout energy can stem from hearing other people's mess and trauma and stuff, because I really don't. I have my own set of problems, so I don't really care.
You take
and
that.
you take that on, or just hearing it, and hearing the same story. It's like, okay, until this person decides it's not something they want to deal with, I got nothing for that.
I'm with you.
Alexa, play with it, Houston.
I'll be there with myself.
I mean, because I joke about that, but a lot of times I really do feel like they be trying to make me the lady, and I'm like, look, I didn't go to school for this. You can't come on my couch and sit up and lay up, and I may give some awesome advice. But at the same time, you're still absorbing that energy to even get to the results, to even tell that person.
Especially because you care about them.
Right. Yeah. So you coming in with a different listening ear. If it's a stranger, because it's happened before, getting some cereal
all the time,
and she started telling me her business, I'm not that invested. I can probably give you a little quick one, two of advice, but it's not the same of me investing my energy and my time on someone who I may be related to, or someone who may be considered a friend of mine, to where you're a little more invested in their situation and their well-being and their happiness, to where you're looking for them, or they're looking for you rather, to fix their problem.
I ain't even try.
Right.
Let's call Neek.
Or you being redundant.
Yeah.
Because then we talk about this. Because that's why I'm at. And at this point, I'm like, this sounds familiar. Then we talk about this already. Okay, so at this point, do you just want me to listen, or are we looking to fix this? So I'll know how to listen to you. That way, I'm not giving unnecessary exerted energy toward this situation when you can go back and
do it.
Yeah, I'll be in his bed that night. Okay, do you? Because you're grown.
Or if they just really be wanting to vent, because it's like you.
Which is cool.
Which is cool, I mean? But say even that, still, even still, to your point, even if they say Neek, I just want to vent, and if it's something you didn't already said, do you really want to hear that again? No. You just heard this 2 days ago.
Right.
So no, right. No, she said no.
that's a level of burnout too. So you hate to see them coming.
Yeah, no, that's actually happened with me and a friend, because I feel like every time I would talk to her, she just had such a somber, like sad tone to her voice, to where I didn't want to answer the phone anymore, because I feel like you just go call me to talk about how you can't find love or something. And it's like, okay, look. Like, I don't want to hear this. I can't find love either, okay? And I don't care.
And I don't want to be with you.
Yes, definitely. So look, let's not talk about this. I ain't answering the phone no more. Like, I tell them that, like, look, this is all you gonna talk about. I don't want to talk to you. But I feel like one thing about people that do know me is, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I'm gonna say the thing that I don't care about, and care how you feel about it. But
what's your word? What's the word?
Try it again.
Insouciant about your
there you go.
About your feelings, because I'm barely, like, I don't care. Like, it's like I would listen to you, but it's like if it just happened, something just happened, then I'm gonna listen to you.
Right.
Like, you just happened. Okay, what happened? But if it's something that continuously happened, and it's something that you, like you said, you already told me about, but you still, I'm gonna be like, dog, you have to get over this. Right. Like, I'm not even like the dude who called my phone about his girl. I told the dude, I guess
the streets don't know about that.
I was like,
are you telling the streets about that? Because you about to tell him.
I'm
about to tell him part
of the story. I ain't gonna tell all of it. I'm
just
gonna tell the little part. I had to tell him, like, you need to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm burnt out on him over
but
this. But
our listeners don't know what you're talking about.
It's too long.
So long story short, there was a young lady that was interested in him. It went nowhere. She got somebody. The dude called him as if they've been talking, and he forgot all about this girl, and it just went down the rabbit hole to where he turned into this dude, almost homeboy.
Yeah, almost. I was just trying to get a homie some advice.
Yeah,
just
you went
the girl
too far.
alone. Because I was getting burnt up on the conversation, because you telling me about a girl that you want me to tell me her name.
Guess what?
So I got burnt out on the conversation. Mm-hmm. And once I did find out, I tried to give him some advice. You know what I mean?
But guess what you did?
What?
you answered. Yeah. Once you found out what was going on, that was it. You shouldn't have replied. You burnt yourself out. Yeah, you did not. You don't owe neither one of them nothing.
No, I didn't. But I don't. Hey, when people start telling you stuff about your old life, you tend to.
No, I
listen.
understood. I understood that. No, you listen. When you got the meat and potatoes, you needed to do your investigation for that. You got that. But once you start turning into Dr. Phil for a dude that was really trying to come for you, oh no,
he wasn't trying to come for me. He was very polite and he was hurt. I hear the pain in the grown man voice. I'm a real one.
Baby, his daddy failed him, not you.
Somebody definitely, some man in their life definitely failed him. Because fellas, don't ever call no dude about no girl.
Right,
I don't care.
Hold your chin up.
He barbered. Put your chest out. Barbara, this is Shirley Mike, y'all.
Yeah, he definitely came to me as a man.
Same girl, Usher and R. Kelly.
About a girl that I never even met. But I'm just saying, like, even then I was burnt out. I still try to get this young man advice about, going out here finding somebody else that's better suited from him. But it's like, I'm always up to give advice to people,
right.
Even strangers and people who come from me. But I feel like you get burnt out easy when it comes to repetitive. Like, just him constantly asking me and not telling me a name. I'm like, sir, I'm burnt out on this. I can't help you now.
I think what burns me out, because a lot of time people know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it just saying it, yeah. And especially after a certain age, like, what you're supposed to be doing. And a lot of times, if they say the situation out loud, they even know the answer already. I don't know if you're looking for phone a friend type stuff.
I think sometimes people just need to hear stuff from other people. Like my friend tells me I need to hear things 3 times before I will actually do it.
I think for you need to hear things from people that don't know you.
But that don't work. Even from people who do know. I feel like people just don't do nothing for me. I think the way I look at the world, and I realize that we all Sims in free mode.
Oh Lord!
And when we're asleep is when we're
such a gamer.
Listen, no, listen. And when we're asleep, that's when we're not in free mode anymore, and that's why we have these dreams and these memories and these things. Is we're actually doing those things. We just don't remember because we're not in free mode and we're not in control of ourselves.
I agree with that.
So
we're caught up in the matrix.
Yeah.
We are.
So like right now
we're going through dimensions.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm with you on that, girl. I didn't agree with my right.
That's why we can do this, and that's why we doing this, because right now we're in free play mode as far as free thinking, whatever, like how real Sims is. If you play the game Sims, they have free mode, you let them go do whatever, and you come back and they done did all this stuff, and that's what's going on. And then they turn us off when we go to sleep. That's when they basically get back into their mode. That's when we're under control. That's why we have these wild dreams and we see these people and, we flying and jumping off cars and we think we're going to die. We never die because we wake up to free play mode because they turned us off after they got done doing whatever exciting thing that you do. And, and when you get control somebody else. But,
Heard you.
I love that.
That's what happens when you get burnt out on life. You try to figure out a new one.
Yeah, you try to make sense of the.
So who you came back as this time? What lesson did you not learn?
That's what happens basically. Hey, I don't know.
No, you're right, because you're right. I ain't gonna tell you how I know.
That's how I feel like what's going on. I feel like
Okay.
That's me being burnt out on life.
Did you hear Nick though? Heard you. You know she do that. She ain't. For those of you who don't know Nick, I think we got Mike with it the start. But I think we need Nick to get one too, because
with the sound.
She is E40 with it. You hear? And when people, because we know her, we know what the undertone is with these words. Other people just be so happy. I be like, nah, she really fire your ass up. She just calm with it. She
no fingerprints, no evidence.
Right.
And on that note, let's go to 30 plus therapy.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
As we try to fix people's lives.
Try.
Okay.
So this one was submitted. I'll let Mike read the situation or the question of
this
today.
Person submitted 2 questions. But
read the person.
The first question I can make no understanding. So
Okay, so question 2, the one that we can answer.
I'm just go to
Because the first one was just a
because you're not going to burn me out on that.
Right.
Like,
Lady, call your mama.
So this girl, she is a 29-year-old. She's just going into her 30s, and she had a question of, how do you know when it's time to quit your job to pursue your true dreams?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So, I feel like since, she's on the cusp and she's about to join our crew soon, she's trying to understand, like, I guess when it's time to live real life. Or what do y'all think? When do you think it's time to quit your real job and pursue your dream and your passion?
So It is very hard for me to answer that because I am unorthodox. I have always marched to the beat of my own drum, but that's because that was instilled in me.
Yes.
And so I was fortunate where I had parents at both ends of the spectrum, meaning I had one where I can do, if I want to be the tooth fairy, cool. My mama, I could do anything I put my mind to. My daddy, he like, what do you mean you want to work for yourself? You know the liability? Da, 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 da. Now that I'm older, he's kind of seen me in it more than not. He understands. But it took a lot, and that can be very discouraging too when your family don't get it. And so I don't want to set her up for failure. However, you're 29. Does she have children or anything? Do you know?
No, she has no kids.
Oh, girl, do what you want to. So, and that was another thing too. I did have to be careful and tread lightly because it wasn't just me. I had other people to consider. So my mistake was going to affect them. My gains was going to affect them. Everything I do affects them. Mm-hmm. She on her own. So if you, I'm going to play a safe answer. If you are truly passionate about whatever it is and you feel your job is in the way, have a plan. Do not jump head first with no plan. I will say that. Especially if you're going to need the coin, make sure you got enough residuals. So that's what I got. Neat. Fly.
I'll go next. For me, I think because at the tender age of 40, I'm a realist. And
young tender.
I think for me, and even then I've always kind of had this line to where it makes sense, but I think quit your job to pursue your purpose or passion. For me, it's when your passion or purpose can supplement your income or what you think that you can do. I've never been the type of person to sleep in my car, to go sleep under the freeway in pursuit of a passion. Now, what I don't mind doing is working to supplement the income of my passion. Like I've always had a job and a career that I've done, relatively well at, that has also aided me in pursuing my passions on the side. So while I don't necessarily borrow for my sleep, I do give a percentage of my time to put into my passion. And if it gets to a point to where I have to make a decision and my passion can pay my bills and I can save and I can do what I need, if I could do life with my passion, then that's when it's time for me. That's not everybody's testimony. There are some people who can go sleep in a car. Not that I'm recommending that, but there's some people that looks different for different people. Yes. That's not my assignment. That's not my ministry. I like be able to turn my lights on, like be able to turn on my heat. I like to be able to eat.
So like go to the refrigerator, get you a little snack
without a problem, and then still be able to pursue my passion. So I think when your passion can supplement your life, your income, and what you want to do, then I think it's time to take a look at that.
Yeah. So y'all know me. I actually did it several times to quit a job to pursue my passion.
Can I stand?
Well, I have. I'm currently doing it now.
Walk your truth.
Like that's currently I'm staying at. So since I've done it, what I would say is, one, you only do it when it feels right to you. No one else can tell you when to do it. Definitely, I wouldn't say just go off of your gut, but I feel like when you're in life, it's times that show you when it's time to do things, or things happen to let you know, like, if this is what you want to do, now's that time.
Yeah.
So I feel like you go for that moment. But me being in it now, what I will say is, if you're going to quit your job to pursue your dreams, you have to be 1,000% dedicated, because 100 ain't nothing. Yeah. So you're going to have to be 1,000% dedicated to what you're trying to do. I have a homie that I've seen do it, like he's literally 1,000% dedicated to building that passion and that dream. I've never seen him have a job, but since I've known him, I've seen him do other things, but once he found this one thing, he focused on it, and that's what he do. Hey, homie, let's go hit the, what's the car? Nah, I can't. Hey, let's go. Nah, I can't. I'm trying to do this. So you have to be 1,000% focused and all in to pursue your dream and quit your job. I say for sure, when people tell you need to have 6 months saved up, that's nothing. I ran through 6 months saved up. That's nothing in my opinion. So I feel like now If you can make sure you have some form of income coming in while you're pursuing your dream, it cannot be your only source of income. Right. Like, you don't have to get another job, but you got to have another hustle. You have to have some source besides just your job. Like, it don't matter what you're doing, just as long as you have more money coming in, then I feel like you can do it. But you might have to lose some stuff, you know. Right. You gonna lose some things, you have to give up some things, and you have to change some things. But if you're willing to, you know, do that, then you can. Like Nika said, like me, I'm not willing to live in a car. I'm not willing to live with my mom. Like, I'm not willing to live with nobody but myself.
I know that's right.
But at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to pursue my dream, but if I have to go work a job, then I will go back to a job. But I'm not going back to a job as a career. I'm going back to get this little money until this does this, or until this does that. Everything has to have a plan. So it's not about when's a good time. It's about knowing like what you're going to do and knowing that you have to be 1,000% dedicated. Because if you're not, you start slipping up, then you're going to have to get a job anyway. Mm-hmm. So,
and to add to that, somebody else's journey is not yours.
Yes.
I think that's key, because like how we all touched on, y'all touched on sleeping in cars. I know there's been several successful people, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, who slept in their cars, and that's great. That worked for them. Don't make that your journey on purpose, because the outcome might not be the same.
You might end up living in that car for years,
and
never be nothing.
I love to take a good shower, and
yeah, and then sometimes you do have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. So it may not necessarily look like you living in your car. So you may have to go without. You may have to skip that trip for a year. You may have to kind of buckle down.
Lose the car and hold.
You know.
And not even have a car.
Buckle down and build up. But it's whatever makes sense to you in that instance. And I think when it's time for you to quit your job to pursue your passion, I think you'll know. Mm-hmm. Not sure if it's something we can answer for you, but speaking for myself, I think it would be for me once I feel like it can supplement the income of my standard 9 to 5.
That makes sense, especially in honey.
In today's economy, that is.
I was just gonna say, and baby, I need you to watch C-SPAN a little bit before you get to jumping off the ledge, because these laws is changing quicker than draws. You hear? Yeah. And I'm glad you even touched on your experience with running out of 6 months of savings, because 6 months, however many years ago, you probably would have been straight.
Yeah.
But hey, like the pandemic, that was a great time.
Oh yeah, that was
not now.
But yeah, so like y'all said, it's definitely just go on your own time. That's what I say. Just go when you feel right, what you feel like you need, and just know you have to be, willing to go. But I feel like if you do, like, Nika's saying, is if you get, work until your money is, paying more than your job, that's probably the best route. Some people can't do it depending on what their job is, because you can't, focus or can't get done what needs to be done. But I feel like that is probably your best route. Yeah. Or be prepared to lose some.
Are you prepared for Jehovah's?
Because you're going to lose them, for real.
Yeah. Just don't get burned out.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, final thoughts?
My final thoughts is with burnout is don't burn yourself out on nothing. Like, don't burn yourself out on exercise, love, work, anything. Take your time with it. Move at your own pace. Do know that this is the only life we have to live. So, make sure you don't go out here burning yourself out and you about to die from doing too much. And then as far as your dreams, I feel like this. Pursue them while you're doing whatever you're doing. Never stop pursuing them.
Right.
For me, give yourself grace first. Secondly, game plan, so you don't get burnt out. If there is something that can wait till tomorrow, let it wait. Because I was a why put off tomorrow what you can do today person.
Yeah, you still need to be like that, because tomorrow might not come. No, girl.
When it come to work, that ain't my problem. That's above my pay grade. Listen here, now entrepreneur, yeah, I'm 100%. But when it come to me clocking in for them other people, hey, that's not my problem. They have a whole board on. I don't never even see for that decision. And then when it come to your passion, I think that kind of goes into recognizing if it's your passion or purpose first, and how sure are you of that. So do that first. Like Nick said, you will know prior to, you know, if that's the right decision. Like y'all remember when I resigned from teaching, it was probably one of the hardest decisions. That was harder than my divorce. And I felt like I was letting people down. And then guess what happened? The pandemic happened. I was like, the Lord didn't want me to teach during that. He knew I wouldn't have made it. So, and I still was able to have my passion with kids. So sometimes it looks different. It's just finding a different avenue to just still do what you love.
Okay. For me, burnout is being able to establish a work-life balance. There's a quote that says, you can't do a good job if your job is all you do.
Oh.
So I think it's just a matter of being able to work. And I think this actually goes for both the 30 plus therapy and the topic of today. Being able to work and then being able to balance your other things of your life. And it all makes sense in the end.
Sound good.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, make sure you are following the 30 plus podcast on all social media. Follow us on Facebook.
We got a Facebook, y'all.
Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the 30 Plus Podcast for all of them. If you would like to join us live for the 30 Plus Therapy, make sure you are following us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Or if you just want to send us wording for the 30 Plus Therapy, you can send us your question at the 30 Plus Podcast at gmail.com. And like we always say every week, be good. And if you can't be good, at least be good at it. See you when we see you.
Peace.
Get your hands up, to the floor,
Yeah.